right, so we gonna jump right into it. So the first question I have is, how would you feel dating a girl with an OnlyFans account? Good everybody, it's your boy Hood Philosopher back with another video, and today I got a special treat. I got my IRL right here. Taj, you want to shout out your Instagram or anything?
Yeah, it's the Rude Gentleman on Instagram. That's the _rude _gentleman. So yes.
Alright, so I'm gonna start a new series. It's gonna be Real Talk, and I'm gonna have special guests on the show. We're gonna talk about different things, and we're just gonna jump right into it, man. With the whole COVID-19 situation going on, there's a lot of people that are stuck at home, and naturally a lot of girls are turning to make OnlyFans accounts, and dating in this new age has definitely become very interesting. So we're gonna cover that and kind of get into that. All right, so we're gonna jump right into it. So the first question I have is, how would you feel dating a girl with an OnlyFans account?
It wouldn't be that big of a deal to me at all. I mean, we go to strip clubs all the time. Like, that's pretty much the exact same thing.
So would you date a girl that was a stripper?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
It depends though. It all depends. Like, it's like you're not just gonna go in and date any stripper. Like, same thing with OnlyFans is pretty much the online equivalent of a strip club.
Okay.
Like, point blank period. Like,
so you support it?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So let's say that your girl asks you to actually shoot OnlyFans videos, but you're not in them. You're just kind of just shooting them. Would you do it?
Yeah. I'd easily do it. Like, it's like I said. Like, you're going to. Oh shoot.
How you doing, man?
All right, so like if you dating a girl that's a stripper,
yeah,
it's literally the exact same thing. Like, she's going to be. I mean, you got to trust her enough to be like, hey, don't be doing anything kind of shady. But that's with any relationship. Like, people do that for free. Hey, you want to make money? While it's a hard time right now, COVID. You might have been a stripper, and your job was taken away from you for the time being. So it's like, yo, I'll support you. If I'm already there for you, like, I'm not dating the stripper. I'm dating the girl that just happens to be a stripper. So that's kind of how I look at it.
So you wouldn't be jealous at all?
No, not really.
Not at all?
Not really.
Would you join in on the videos?
Yeah. Yeah, I've recorded videos for myself. So if we can make some money out,
we're gonna put his OnlyFans account. We're gonna link it. So if you're interested, we're gonna link it.
All right. So what about you? How would you feel about dating a girl that has an OnlyFans account?
I feel like for me, it's really about the way you go about it. So, if I'm dating a girl and she tells me she has an OnlyFans account, first of all, like, I want to know what's on there.
Yeah.
Because it's some stuff that I may not want people to see that my girl's doing, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I would let them know up front what I'm not comfortable with. But as far as that goes, like, it's really about the way you do it. It's the way you handle yourself, how you carry yourself while you're doing it. Are you a boss about it, or are you kind of just out here, not taking it serious? If you're a boss about it, you making money.
Yeah,
that's not a problem for me, man. Like, it is what it is.
I feel you. Like, yeah, like how you were saying, like, because I've subscribed to one or two OnlyFans. I'm not gonna lie, like, I have, and like, if she's doing her thing, but all it is business. All it is business. Like, now people are getting in her DMs and stuff, and all of a sudden they like, yo, I'm trying to fly you out here. Don't tell your dude and all that. Then that's when it's like, oh, so, and that's how. Because I actually know some people who made OnlyFans behind their boyfriend's back.
Right.
So it's like,
and they turn into high class escorts out here.
Exactly.
Getting flued out.
Getting flued out. First class.
Right.
But yeah, like, that's how I look at it. Like, yo, if you tell me up front, now, if I just happen to be on there, because we all adults, if I happen to be on there and it's like, oh, there's, let's say my girl named Clarissa. C-14 staying at Taj Cypress's house. Like,
so if she didn't tell you she had OnlyFans and you found out, that'd be a problem.
Oh yeah, that'll be a huge problem.
Yeah, I think that'd be a problem for me too. Like, you keeping a secret. Like, what else you keeping a secret?
Exactly. Exactly.
So, like, with the whole, like, coronavirus situation, I'm in a relationship. Shout out to my lady, much love. So I don't really have this problem, but how would you feel like dating is now when it's the way things are right now?
During COVID?
Yeah.
It's kind of limited to social media. Like, that's the only way you could really date now, and that sucks because everybody is playing the same dating game. Social media ruined dating in general.
So when you say social media, like are you a Tinder user or like?
Yeah, like, and I'm not even just talking about like Tinder, Bumble, all that stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in general.
So are you a DM slider?
Yeah, I've slid in DMs before, and that's the issue is that everybody's sliding in the same DMs. All it takes is like, I mean, it's true. Like all it takes is one posted picture, then all of a sudden everybody's like, "Hey, stranger, hey, how you doing?" and all that, and it's like I don't want to say the dating pool it's gotten more. I mean, one, it has got more competitive, but also it's gotten a little bit unrealistic. Right. So, like for instance, you'll see a female or a male, both sexes.
Right.
They don't really got a lot to offer. Like but that one snapshot, one snapshot, all of a sudden looks like, yo, they life set up, they body on point, they looking good, this, that, the third. Then you look behind the scenes, all this stuff is going on that nobody knows.
Right.
And then next thing you know, everybody is all in the DMs like, yo, what could I do? This, that, the third, and a whole bunch of people are competing that's not on the level of that individual. So like life wise, that individual could be sitting at a 6, but social media wise, that person's probably sitting at like an 11, 12, and you got basketball players, all that stuff hopping up in the DMs, and it's like, yo, I met this female male before. I'm like, yo, they stink. Like they over here pulling football, basketball. Like you can't compete with that. Like the regular male is now competing with the not regular males anymore.
Right. So you feel like social media has given a lot of, because we're men, so we'll frame it like this. Do you feel like social media has given a lot of women unrealistic expectations and has allowed them to be more selective in the men that slide into their DMs?
Yes, it does. Yeah. It did. It's given everybody unrealistic expectations. Because like I said, all it is a snapshot. It isn't the whole story. It's just, and even the snapshot isn't really telling a real story. That snapshot is telling the best angle of this one specific story. I don't know how many times I took a picture and I got like 20 other pictures just trying to get that one picture like right. So, and everybody does it. Like, so when you're looking at like other people's social medias, you don't know what that person really is like. You're just going off of, hey, okay, here's this one.
They're putting out the best version of themselves. Or they completely telling a lie. Like,
yeah,
it could be a dude.
Yeah, it could.
They could be stealing pictures online.
It 100% could.
Yeah, and that's the struggle, man.
Yeah, and 100% on that.
Yeah, I think like especially like in my Tinder days, one thing I noticed. Have you ever done? Let me know if you ever done this, but I started just swiping right on everybody.
Yeah,
because I wanted to see who was liking me.
Yep.
Because I was like, look, are my expectations too high? Like, am I setting too high standards for myself? So I was like, I did the experiment. I was like, let me just swipe right. And I feel like a lot of guys do that just to get any match, and just like let's pick the ones that they like.
Boost their endorphins.
Right. Exactly. So like I was, I'm swiping everybody, and I was looking at the girls that was liking me, and I was like, yo. There's a disconnect here between what I like and what it's attracted to.
Yep.
So, I had to scale back a little bit my expectations. And I kind of feel for a lot of women, it's really bad for them, especially because Tinder allows you to filter out everything, right?
Yep.
So you're filtering out, I don't want this person because of the way they look and what they put on their profile, right? Whereas if you had a genuine interaction in person, that person might, you might actually have a connection with that person. But since you're on Tinder, you're looking at them from a surface level and you're swiping, right? So true. A lot of times we have our, so you can speak to this too, we have our worst tendencies when we go for people, right? So like, for me, like, for the longest time, I'm not like this no more. I've grown up, shout out to the chocolate sisters out there. But I used to go for the light-skinned short girls. And then, I was always just, stay with them. Right, so I'll be on Tinder like what light skinned short girl, and find myself in these toxic situations.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of women when they're on Tinder, they're going through and they're just swiping for the worst tendencies, and it's a perpetual cycle. Like you meet this super toxic dude because that's what you're attracted to, and then you're back on Tinder 2 days later. So.
That's true.
What you think about that?
That is true. That's 100% true. I will say, in regards to that, like, I think that females usually get the opposite end of what we're getting on Tinder. So, like, for instance, how we go, I don't think I've met a female who's done the same thing that most men do, just snipe her right on a whole bunch.
Because everybody, they have 3,000 matches.
Yes, exactly. And so they're getting I think this ties back to what I was saying about like the unrealistic expectations. So they'll keep swiping or whatever, and they'll just get match. Everything is matching up, and they're like, "Yo, I am." Yeah, I might not have a job right now, but yo, I am that. I am. And then so they're happy with where they're not trying to progress because they feel they've gotten that fix that they need at that point. So they're like, "Yo, I'm good right here. All these dudes want me," which we're human beings. Like we want the ultimate goal of most human beings is to find another human being to pretty much be with for the rest of life. Mm-hmm. So if you have all these other human beings saying, "Yo, you're it," because dudes, we're not. I don't know if I can curse. We're not crap. Yeah, we're dudes ain't shit. Philosopher. You're nigga. Right. So dudes ain't shit. Like you said, like we'll just sit there and be like, "Oh, we won't even read the profile." I haven't read a Tinder profile in I don't know how long. I'll just see the first picture, like, "Oh,
fair enough.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I got a match." After I done swiped this way like 20 times,
I'll read it after the fact.
Yeah, like then I'll read it and then I'll be like, "Oh man, I ain't even slightly." This girl, she says, "Oh,
you gotta
she
be careful, man. She might tell you she used to be a dude."
Yeah,
he needs some milk.
"Oh, you have to be a KKK member." I'm like, "Oh, well, I'm black."
Right.
That 100% takes me out of.
I matched with some Republicans.
Yeah, I have too. And
yeah.
So like I said, like they're getting the opposite end of the spectrum, and and like how you were saying, like what they're looking for all those traits that they are used to.
Right.
Like they don't have to adapt. They aren't used to the like change that's going to come that could be better for them because it's like, "Oh, I'm getting my endorphin fix by everybody swiping on me," and I'm like, "Yo, yeah,
You usually end up with a person you never expect to end up with.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
that is true.
So what do you feel about like relationships in our generation as a whole?
Relationships as a whole, to keep it real, like is unrealistic to me. Yeah. Like everybody wants that fairy tale dream ending where like nobody fights and we always talk issues out. My ex, I tried to do that. Like, with those Hallmark movies and all that. Be like, "Oh yeah, we'll do whatever to try to work through it," but it's not as easy as it sounds. One, there are way too many devices to, if you want to interact with somebody else, it's way too easy. Like I've talked to I don't know how many people who I'm just cool with, but like if I was their dude and I was to read what we were talking about, I'd be upset. Right. I'd be like, "Yo, you talking about our sex life with some, I understand that's your friend, but that's a dude." Like I wouldn't personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable with my girl talking about what we're doing in the bedroom to another dude. Right. Like that's like if you want to talk about it with your homegirls, cool, but and I mean, maybe that's just me. That's my opinion on the matter.
So you feel like there's just too many distractions.
It is. And then Snapchat as a whole, like if a girl has a Snapchat, I automatically be like, "All right, I can't date you." Like I can't. Like, "Oh, here's this one app where I can send you whatever I want. Hey, here's a picture of my dick. Oh, guess what? It disappeared. Right. You have no proof unless you go through outrageous measures to get it, which nobody's really going to do that.
That is something unique to our generation because when you think about it, our parents, they didn't have the social media thing.
Yeah.
And you used to have to worry about work husbands.
Yeah, exactly.
Them dudes at work, right? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you could check them. You go to them and check them. But it's like nowadays, you got Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and it's like I made a mistake in the past of looking through, some of my ex's DMs. I'm just like, whoa, because it's like it's that easy, like. And they can say that they're not talking to him, but it's just that one dude that slides into your DMs. Piss your girl off one day. Yep. I guarantee she'll slide into him DMs. Piss your dude off one day. I guarantee he'll slide into
you don't even got to piss him off that hard most of the time.
Right.
You can just, word, you mad because I'm working late?
Right. You got that ain't shit gene. It don't take much.
Yeah. It does not. Like it sucks. Like in this, I wish that I wasn't like that, but we are. Like that's how we are just as human beings. We want that instant. It's more instant gratification. Yep. Like that's what. Like before back in the day, if you wanted a naked picture, you had to mail it. You had to mail a naked picture in order to get it. Now it's like I could go on any app. Doesn't matter. Be like on my phone. I don't like. Back in the day, we had to, if we wanted to get something online, we had to log on to AOL.
Yeah, go to OnlyFans.
We got to OnlyFans. It's so many avenues to get that instant gratification. Like, and it doesn't even matter what type of instant gratification you want. If you just want somebody to be like, yo, I just want somebody to tell me I look good. Post a picture. Right. Hey, you look good. All right, cool. Fix. I want somebody to literally choke on me right now. Be like, oh, let me let me go ahead, you know, hop in somebody DMs. Maybe spit game for a couple of minutes or whatever. Then boom. Like, and then that's the other thing. The as easy as sex is nowadays, it is so ridiculous.
Hey, R.I.P. for the virgins. I'm sorry. R.I.P.
Like, I wish I was still a virgin. I wish more than anything I was still a virgin. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's definitely, we live in a society where it's instant gratification. And then, you know, you think about the older generations, and every generation changes. Every generation has, you know, its changes and its difficulties. And like back in the day, like, you know, when Papa was a Rolling Stone, that song exists for a reason. Because even though people stayed together, I mean, it doesn't mean people weren't cheating. It's just back then, if you got a divorce, it was looked down wrong. So it's like nowadays, it's like there's no incentive to stay with somebody. It's like everybody runs at the quick. Nobody wants to build a solid relationship and work on things. There's been so many relationships I've had in the past where like the first sign of trouble, somebody's ready to run. Because everybody's just looking for that quick fix and instant gratification. And that's why I say, like, for like those people that are like high school sweethearts, like you know those high school sweethearts, they've been together for 5-6 years, and then that person changes. They're not the same. They're not doing the same things they used to do. And then some guy comes around or some girl comes around and they're brand new and they're doing all the things that, you know, your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband and your wife used to do, and then it's fresh again. But you forget that it all comes in cycles and the same thing is going to happen. And nobody wants to build, nobody wants to work and move towards. But, you know, I'm not going to say love is dead in 2020. It's not. It's definitely got a lot harder. For sure.
I would say like the biggest thing that we've failed at doing is patience. We do not have patience no more. Like, I was actually talking to somebody recently, and that was the issue. Like, we were both of us, we were not patient with each other. Like, both of us even saw each other like moving too fast, and we were like, yo, we kind of need to like take this back. But also at the same time, as both of us are addressing, we need to slow down, take this back. We were also like, or we could just not. And then we're like, you know what, let's just not take it back. Let's go ahead and, you know, keep moving forward. And that ruined it. Because we tried to rush. We tried to get back to that point, which I think that a lot of people do, is they try to get back to that point that they was with whoever they left with the next person. And they try to hurry up and get there because that's that familiarity that, I don't even know if that's a word. I ain't gonna try to say it again.
You was right, familiarity.
But yeah, like they try to get back to that.
Philosophy, you know, vocabulary is good out here.
They try to get back to that familiarity that they were so used to, because when you don't have it, you feel like a hole. It's always there, and it's like, yo, I gotta hurry up and feel that, and I gotta do it like now, because if I don't, then I'm just gonna be sitting here hurt. Nobody wants to hurt, so they hurry up. So we hurry up, try to get to that point. Next thing you know, it's like we aren't even noticing all the red flags. Like, red flags just popping up left and right. Like, oh, she kissed another dude. Whatever, it ain't no big deal. We're just trying to hurry up and get to that point.
It'll be me.
I don't. But I'm just saying, like, you know, in general, like, it's like, oh, you know, she doesn't shower every day,
because you're like, you basically running to get over the last person.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because that's the thing. Like, have you ever been ghosted?
Oh yes.
It's like, it's crazy. It's like we live in a society where it's like you can't call me or, you know, set up a meeting and be like, hey, I'm just not into you. But at the same time, I do get why a lot of women do it, and I've ghosted people too, because I've been around some toxic people. But there's a lot of guys, like, you tell them straight you don't want to be with them, and then like they can't accept it. But like, I don't know. I feel like for me, like, if you know that person's adjusted enough, like, just tell them you don't want to talk to them no more, because like, you ghost me, I'm gonna be hurt. Like, I'm gonna be hurt for a minute. So.
I actually just yesterday, as a matter of fact, I was talking to a female I met on Tinder, and I will give her respect, because she told me straight out, she was like, yeah, like, she was interested, but I sent her a video, and she was like, yeah.
You sent her a video?
Yeah, it was just a regular video. Like, it was just like a regular video and all that stuff.
Sub to his OnlyFans. Link in the bio.
The Rude Gentleman Part 2. But so I sent her a video. She was like, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, you kind of gave off gay best friend vibes in the video, and I was like, oh, all right. I did not see that coming, but I was hurt at first. At first, I was like, oh, darn it. Well, I can't believe that I gave off those type of vibes. But after like, what, I'll say 3-4 hours, I was like, I respect it though. Like, I didn't immediately be like, yo, what can I do to change? Because that's what most people do. They're like, well, how can I fix myself so that I don't look like this bad? But I was like, look, if that's how you feel.
Why did it have to be gay best friend? Why couldn't it just be like best friend?
I don't know.
Like,
I guess the video that I sent her I'm gonna have to relook at it and see what.
It's just a little feminine in it.
I guess so. And she was like, yeah, you come off as like a gay best friend, and I can't be with somebody like that. And I was like, wow. And I said the first couple.
And like that's another thing, man. Let's talk about this for a second, right?
Oh, okay.
Why do black men got to be these super masculine figures all the time? Like, why can't we show a softer side?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
true.
not saying I want to go play in a bed of flowers. Why we always gotta be like these hard individuals, and we're not allowed to show our softer side? I don't get it, man.
That's true. Like, for some weird like, we automatically get looked at like, we're, what is it, like the enforcer or the aggressor or whatever.
Right.
And that's like, yo, if anything, I'm probably one of the most passive individuals that I like. When we go out, y'all are probably the like the ones that's like, yo, if something kicks off, it'll kick off.
I don't know, man. You wanted to fight a few people.
I did, but that was warranted though. Like, somebody did cut in front, and I was like, yo, so all right, if it is warranted, it is warranted. But yeah, like, we do come off as like we're not allowed to show emotion.
Right. I'm tired of being tough.
Yeah, like, it's like, yo, sometimes I want to just cuddle sometimes.
Right.
Like, I just want to lay
I want
and be
somebody to
held.
play with my curls.
I don't have that option no more. But
Male pattern baldness.
Yep. But yeah, like, it's exhausting.
Yeah.
It is really exhausting. Like, everything is just like, because I try to be a goofy individual more likely than not. But since I do that, when I start doing that, people are like, oh, you aren't acting as black. And I'm like, black people can't be goofy.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, like, I do not know what that means. Like, I've been black my whole life, so, and it's not an act. Like, this is just who I am.
All right, everybody, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. It's a Hood Philosopher, man. If you guys like that video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. There's more to come. As always, I got my weekly series every Sunday that will be rolling out again. And go ahead and sub to my man's OnlyFans. Nah, I'm gonna put his IG so you guys can go ahead and follow him. He's a bodybuilder. He shares motivational quotes and shit. So I'm sure some people would like that. But as always, Philosopher signing out. Peace.